Terry Rielly, the teddy bear guy, with his good buddy Pam Pardy. It's so good to see both of you.
Harry's here somewhere too.
Well, the world knows you, Newfoundland knows you as the teddy bear guy. So I got to ask the first obvious question: how did the persona of the teddy bear guy come about?
Years ago, the Arts and Culture was running lunch hour concerts every day of the week, and I played with blues bands, rock and roll, folk music. And one day I was leaving Dick Stoker, God love him. We were just straightening away after I'd done a show with some blues band or something. And he said, I said, Dick, have you thought about doing a show especially for children? One of the many concerts throughout the summer. And he said, well, we have step dancers and fiddle music and that. I said, no, I mean something with well-known children's songs. And I was already starting to write for my daughter, who was born a couple of months prior to this conversation. And he said, what do you suggest? And I said, well, I could come and do, Twinkle Twinkle and the Teddy Bear's Picnic song, which was my favorite when I was a boy, and a few I'd written about liking ice cream, etc. And he said, great. He said, you're on. And I said, I was just about to leave his office, and I said, wait a minute, Dick. I said, if you book it just as Terry Rielly, and I said, people won't know whether I'm going to be playing blues or jazz or folk or whatever. I said, and off the top of my head, I just said, let's just call it Terry Rielly is a Teddy Bear's Picnic. 48 years later, or 47 years later, and after being to the former Yugoslavia doing a war there, the Teddy Bear Picnic is, that's who I am, the Teddy Bear Man.
The Teddy Bear Man. Pam, how did you two meet? How did you two, your paths collide?
Well, as a child, I actually went to a teddy bear picnic, or to a couple teddy bear picnics. Brought my own 2 children. I have a son who's almost 30 and a daughter who's 17. And I just remember that the year before, Terry had posted on Facebook saying that it was, after all these years of doing teddy bear picnics, he couldn't get one booked. And it stuck in my head, and so as soon as I started thinking about something to do with the Mental Health Foundation of Canada, which I co-founded with Sarah Furlong, I thought, what can we do for a community event? And what better than a teddy bear picnic? But of course, the first phone call to Terry was, and Terry had stepped up prior, so we had worked before. When Labrador had their fires, Terry came and performed. You were the first performer to get on board for a benefit that we had for those affected by the fires. And we raised $1,000 and we set that up over 3 days. So Terry I knew he was going to be willing to do something for mental health, definitely. So I reached out to him, he said yes, of course, and then we turned it morphed into this great teddy bear picnic is now what we're calling it. So it ended up being a day of music. Families enjoyed it. They came. There was a Will Carter performed, Shakana performed, and we just had a great group of people. And of course, he was the highlight.